Yay! Great. Let me straddle the tripod here. I've actually been meaning to review this. This has been the rainiest year on record here, combined with being insanely busy. I have taken this out with a couple lenses. Now I don't need a gimbal head for the 200 to 500 Nikkor. I have used this with a 400mm 2.8, but specifically for full evaluation, other than actually slapping an 800mm Nikkor on this, I have, which by the way I think weighs less than my bombastically heavy first generation AFS Nikkor 600mm f4, is the carbon fiber SIRUI. Actually, I always mispronounce the company wrong. I call it SIRUI, and then SIRUI told me that, and I always say it like Sue and then Ray. So here we go. It's the SIRUI PH-20. This is the gimbal head. I actually noticed that there's zero flexure on this, mounting a 850 millimeter Nikon D850 with a 600mm f4, and testing this for bird photography. I also did a video about a few months ago doing some astro stuff with this, adapting the 600mm f4, which by the way is a Titanic lens about yay big. Zero flexure in the actual carbon fiber armature of the PH-20. Now I actually thought about buying a Wimberley until I found out that I need to buy several different things to adapt my lenses, in addition to the fact that it is more expensive, in addition to the fact that while people consider that to be the definitive gimbal head for sports action, for super large lenses, but specifically also wildlife, I actually have found this to be a better gimbal head. I have used the Wimberley once. I was not impressed with the fact that I'd actually have to buy the quick plates for it that it did not come with, and I was not, I mean, it's perfectly well machined, but so is the SIRUI for a lot less money. This actually comes, and I should have brought it in, it comes with a nice zippered padded case. It is extremely well made, and it gave me absolutely zero stress using this with the obnoxiously huge and insanely heavy 600mm f4. Just an enormous lens. If you're looking for a gimbal head that's extremely well made, and I have no connection to SIRUI, I buy their tripods, and I actually they have the best monopods. By the way, their monopod, which I first got into because there's so many tripods and monopods out there. There's a carbon fiber monopod, and I own two of them now, and it's only $100. And I found out that this monopod has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews, all at 5 stars on Amazon. It's like something's going on. We have this sub $100 monopod that countless hundreds of people say is just absolutely the epic period, tougher than woodpecker lips tripod. I got one of those. I was so impressed that I actually got another one, and then I got a really, really tall one for my super fat lenses that they're actually replacing with another one. And then I found out, and I've worked in a few camera stores, and I purchased what I found to be their best model for what I wanted. And it turns out it's made better than the Really Right Stuff tripod, which is over $1,000. I mean, it's only, go to the SIRUI USA's website, and I have the link below. It's the 2205X. Absolutely my top recommendation on tripods. Well, these people are making the absolute best monopod I've ever had my hands on, even better than a Gitzo, for a ton less money. And their tripod, the 2205X, which is only a few $100, $700 in a Really Right Stuff tripod, but made better, designed better. A far superior tripod for $700 less. I'm like, what have I got to lose? I need a gimbal head for some of my huge glass. And by the way, it actually comes with the replacement armature if you just want to actually mount the camera on the first armature that the secondary that mounts on for swivel. And a really nice case. So I got the PH-20 by SIRUI, and it is carbon fiber. It's all actually CNC machined aluminum alloy, and carbon fiber on the main armature. And I think it's extremely simplistic and ingenious design, and it gave me absolutely no trouble in smooth, fluid movement. If there was any sort of inferior design in the actual primary swivel, well, actually be the secondary one. This is the lock for the base and primary swivel. It would have actually locked and jerked up here with so much torque actually pressing into the main carbon fiber armature with that enormously huge 600 f4. No problem at all. So if it will work smooth as silk, smooth as frog fur with that lens and camera, it will work with anything. So I actually give this my recommendation for absolutely the best gimbal head. I looked at the Wimberley, and for a lot more money, where it didn't actually come with the quick release plate, and from their perspective I understand why it doesn't come with a quick release. Depending on the type of lens you want different lengths, but it doesn't come with one at all. I was unimpressed. I had my hands on one. It's like, well, I can tell this is extremely well made, but this is lighter. It's very thick carbon fiber on the main armature, and it gave absolutely zero flexure on an insanely heavy lens. A lens far bigger than most anybody would ever have their hands on. One that you can't even hand hold for more than a few seconds. So SIRUI is making the best gimbal head, and certainly the best tripod. I put my money where my mouth is. I have no connection to the company at all. And I'll put the link below to their website, and that's the PH-20 gimbal head. I've actually been really impressed by it. I need to get one of their bigger, beefier tripods, but they're not supposed to be out for another couple months for their 2018 models, which is meant for much heavier lenses. Right now I have it mounted on something different. Right now my pair of SIRUI 2205X, or one of them actually has a ball head on it, and the other one is being used to actually hold up the camera that's filming my ugly face right now. So this is my recommendation for best gimbal head. Not only are you getting a superior product, but you're also getting it for a cheaper price. Just because something is more expensive does not mean it's better. That is a general rule which is generally correct, but there are a lot of exceptions. For example, their tripod, like the 2205X, and their monopod, made a lot better than a Gitzo for a tremendous amount less money. I think actually the most understated tripod, gimbal head, monopod company out there. I know they do make some other subsidiary products of various forms, but I'm really interested in their carbon fiber support mechanisms. And I absolutely love this gimbal head. I knew blindsided in ordering it. It's like, if they're making that good of a monopod and a tripod, I have to give a shot to their gimbal head. And I really do mean it. I think it's exquisitely well made. It's priced incredibly well, and it's the best value for your money, flat out, bar none. So, thank you so much for watching, and that's the PH-20 by SIRUI. You can check it out on SIRUI USA's website, which I'll post a link below. I should have put it on my computer before making this video, but there you go. SIRUI. I kept mispronouncing the company name for so long. I was calling it SIRUI, or SIRUI. Mandarin Chinese is not my first language. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.